Hello, it's Gail. Welcome to this week's energy reading for the collective. Happy solstice. Hope you had a great weekend. If you're a dad, happy belated Father's Day. If you celebrated with dad, I just want to say happy Father's Day to you as well. I know that this isn't always a happy time. And I've also been getting messages around what it means to be a dad. I saw a beautiful post by a friend of mine who doesn't have a biological daughter, but who really stepped up and stepped into his masculine and has helped raise his late wife's granddaughter. And he wrote a beautiful post. I was so touched by that. And so it's just a reminder to me that, we get to choose. We get to choose family. We get to choose friends. We get to choose a lot of things. And so I'm just feeling called to share that this week. There's something coming up about being intentional with our choices, being present to the choices that we have been making, the choices that we want to make going forward. I'm also getting just a general sense of new beginnings starting and also letting go of old ways. That's kind of been the theme really since last year, and it's continuing. It's kind of like the culmination of the things that you've been working on internally really starting to show up in the material world, on the material plane. And I know that came up in a previous reading, might have been last week's reading, and that's continuing. And so I'm going to pull some cards here, but clearly some things are coming through about this is a new season, right? This is a new season, wherever you are in the world. It's also a new season of life. It's a new season of humanity. And so the big question is, how do you want to show up in this new season? How do you want to show up in this new season? So I'm going to get some cards here and see if we have some more specific messages coming through for this week specifically. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So interesting. So Unicorn came out again. So I feel like this is a continuation on a theme from last week, which is this purification process is still going on. This transformation is happening. These new beginnings are happening. So I kind of feel like this is just confirmation of what was just coming through and what I was talking about. And we also have Wolf Spirit talking about family. So let's see. I have some things coming through on that already. This may be a time where you're thinking about family. I mean, there may be, June is time for graduations, for Father's Day. In the Northern Hemisphere here, we're getting ready for summer break. But I'm also feeling like there's something here that feels like lineage and ancestral. So it's like present day family, and like I'm picking up the past. It's interesting that this Starry Night is coming up here. Acceptance of the past, healing of the past. And that could be your modern day life. I'm also feeling like this is, if you're doing this work, it's helping clean up your lineage from the past and going forward. Wow, that's really powerful. So whatever you're doing, whatever inner work you're doing, keep going. Keep going. I'm also getting a sense that you're starting to feel a higher vibration. And so sometimes there's a temptation to feel like we're healed, right? hold on a sec. So there's a couple of theories, right? Like that the work's never done, we're never healed. And there's also the reality of specific things may be healed and you don't necessarily have to keep going back and going over them and going over them for the sake of quote unquote doing your work, doing the healing. It's like there's a point where when you're doing your inner work and your inner healing, you'll know the things that need to be addressed, and it won't feel like, how do I say that? There's a phase where you really have to be intentional. Well, it's a choice, right? You can be really intentional and you can really treat it like a practice. And it's all about trusting your wisdom. It's all about going within. What, if anything, do I need to heal today? What, if anything, that source is going to reveal that to you. So there'll be a time where you know, like, oh, I got a lot of healing and inner work to do. There's a lot of negativity that needs to be released. And it will shift into more of an intuitive process for you. So hopefully that makes sense. I feel like that's coming through. But whether you're doing this as a daily practice or you're in a space where you've done a lot of healing and you're moving into that more intuitive practice around this, it's really helping. You may be seeing this. You may actually be seeing this. And even if you're not, that doesn't mean it's not helping your lineage and the collective. So, certainly you're getting benefits from it as well, right? But it's like that ripple effect, you know, it's that ripple effect for if you're feeling good, everybody around you is going to be feeling good, right? If you're setting boundaries and you're showing up in a different way, people are going to respond. Sometimes they're going to respond positively. Sometimes they're going to be freaked out, right? But they're going to notice either way and adjust. And that might look like them not really being so much a part of your life. It might look like them rising to the occasion. It might look like something in between. Oh my God. I just pulled, what is it? What am I working with here? This is the Spirit Animal Oracle. And look at this. Number 11, Butterfly Spirit Transformation is beautiful. So this is a transformative period for you. And with all these butterflies here, you know, it's like you've been in that cocoon for a while and you're spreading your wings now. You're leaving the gooey, dark, you know, quiet, probably, you know, scary, painful. Some people call it dark night of the soul part of your journey, and emerging with these beautiful wings into this gorgeous creature. Freedom, you know, freedom, beauty, grace. Wow, this is so cool. Okay, so this week really is leaning into, you know, the good things that are coming, the new possibilities. I feel like a lot of really positive energy for this week. Makes sense, right? We're going into, oh my God, I got a whole bunch. Okay, I can't make this up. What did I say? Grace, wise woman of the grove, purification, that's confirmation here. Oh, I pulled these cards again. Oh, that's so interesting. Leadership and success. So this period of transformation is leading you to greater leadership, is leading you to greater success in your mission, in the impact that you want to have on the world. And so it's just receiving what's coming as a result of all the work that you've been doing. It's like Spirit sees that you've been doing your work. And the point isn't to toil away, right? Like, you're going to be rewarded for that. And so just trust in that. Be receptive to that, right? Allow yourself to receive the good things coming for the work that you've been doing. Now, it's really interesting that I pulled from this deck again, because my intention, things don't happen by accident, I don't think. My intention was to pull something from Sacred Rebels Oracle as well, so I am going to pull that card as well. It's like, I'm getting major summer vibes here, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the sun shining, there's a breeze on your skin, you just feel free and in flow, and the weather's beautiful, you want to be outside, you want to connect with people, it's just like, you want to have fun, you want to play. It's a really sweet vibe, and that's what I'm getting. I feel like you've been kind of introspective, and it's like, okay, time to come out and play. How do you want to come out and play? And I'm also getting to bring that playfulness into leadership. Bring that lightness into your leadership. You know, leadership doesn't have to be all serious and heavy all the time. Your work might be pretty deep work, might be looking in the shadows as well. And it's like, how can you balance that? How can you balance that with the light? Is what I'm getting. Okay, maybe I wasn't meant to get one of these cards. Okay. Do we have a message from the Sacred Rebels? Of course I asked that, and what do I get? Follow your own rhythm. Yeah, right? Like that. Oh, to me, that's that summer vibe. It's really following your own rhythm. It makes me think about kids who are on their school break, right? Like, they don't have to get up at a certain time. They're kind of, you know, if they're not scheduled with camps and all that, you know, they just make it their own thing, right? Do you remember summer vacation, right? When you didn't have it all scheduled out for you, you got up when you wanted to get up. You ate when you wanted to eat. It was like, yeah, there was something intuitive about it, right? It was really following the rhythm of the day. Going out and riding bikes with their friends in the neighborhood. You know, maybe it was heading to the beach or the lake or the pond. And just kind of going where you felt compelled to go. That's the vibe that I'm getting for this week. It's like really checking in with yourself, your body, with source, your higher self. Where do I feel compelled to flow this week? Wow. Yeah, it's like I'm getting, you know, even if in your inner work, there's something about the inner work that's, you've been committed to it, and there may or may not have been a structure to it, and it's like, it's okay to just take a break, reflect on what you've learned, how you've grown, and just kind of bask in it this week. That's what I'm getting, is like, just bask in everything that's changed for you, everything that's shifted for you, and, you know, reflect on that and be grateful. Take the pause. I know for many of us recovering overachievers, it's like, hey, I made it to this milestone, or hey, I overcame that obstacle. What's next? And what I'm feeling is, for this week, it's really a stop, take a breath, take a moment to reflect and appreciate the journey that you've been on and where you are right now. And you don't need to do or necessarily come up with your next steps this week. It's really about just taking that moment to acknowledge the work that you've been doing. Maybe even journal and write down what's changed and how that's impacted you, so you can see it in your handwriting, right? And just be in that space of grace and gratitude. So that is this week's reading. If you like this, please feel free to drop a comment if it resonates. Like, share, save. You know how that goes. And I'll talk to you next week.